the greetings in these parts, and when you come to College Station, Texas, you know that the Aggies are ready to gig 'em. Kyle Field will be swaying and electric for this one. A top 25 showdown coming up. Two of college football's premier teams preparing to duke it out right here on this field. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Yellow Jackets ready to put toe to leather and get this season started. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He only needs a sliver of daylight. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. First down here for the offense. Quarterback checking off. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down.
When you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
They'll throw it on first down. They're trying to get to it. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Shakes off the defender. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Great heads-up awareness by the cornerback on that play. He saw the receiver get the ball. He shot downhill and made a nice tackle.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Good timing on the quick out. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Texas A&M ready to go with another first down. Quarterback will audible. Off the play fake on first down. He's got an open man. Off he goes. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies. When this place gets loud, it starts to sway. They've renovated, reinforced, and still the rafters are shaking.
Yeah, and they still come out, and they still got the 12th man tradition. So many traditions at this school, and that's why they support and they love their team, and people want to come play here.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They've got them then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
When you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating...
Intercepted. Bringing it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
That's how you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players. Certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Coming after it. They'll wrap him up, and he didn't find the same kind of running room this time as he did on the previous play. This is a kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to find another play in the red zone. It'll be 3rd down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
They'll try the right side. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. The holder will kneel at the 24, a 34-yarder coming from the right hash. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And that lead grows even bigger. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. Might as well give it to him again. Still on his feet at the 45. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. He's now up to 52 yards rushing in this game. What a way to start the new season. Big plays like that makes play calling so much easier. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 34. Running back searching for a hole. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. They'll try to power their way ahead. Headed to the end zone. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
Man, what a nice touchdown run. And this is a team effort, right? It's got to start with the offensive line to give you that crease. And then the wide receivers start to kick in. And the running back, he handles the rest. Nice touchdown run.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, it has gone final in that enormous top 5 matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. UCLA looked like a serious force in what can only be described as a dominant win. This is a program with a case full of trophies, and they might just add some more hardware before this year is out. A top 5 clash and a thoroughly impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Feeling some heat. Batted into the air, and it's picked. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. How about that D coming up with a play like that?
You always hear the old saying, tips lead to picks. Quarterbacks have got to be careful. You've got to be so accurate with the ball. If you're not, and a defender tips that thing up into the air, bad things generally happen. Pick 6. Doesn't get much worse than that.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Another ball is knocked free. Almost a disaster on that return. They jump on it, and they'll maintain possession.
That's a breathing a sigh of relief for sure. Kick returner tries to take it out, puts it on the ground, but how about the offense getting back on it, turning what could have been a really bad play into, thank goodness I got the ball.
Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Line getting set on second down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He's going to pass on second down. Unloads to the right. And that ball is picked off. Got room on the return. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
Got his man on the right. Discards a man. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. And the Yellow Jackets come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll leave it with the lone back. A very short pickup there, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. We'll see if this offensive line is ready for the blitz. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Can't get him to the ground. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, Dale, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
The Yellow Jackets trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Gain of 1. It's now 2nd and goal.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. On the option. Now the pitch.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
They love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. He'll keep it on the sneak. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too. And you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got a play you practice all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks.
And the ball's loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And ball security is starting to become a little bit of an issue for this quarterback. In his last game, he had a fumble, and he has another one right here. He has got to do a better job of keeping 2 hands on the ball.
Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. The pull and throw off the RPO. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the 1st down.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
This defense obviously knows they've got to be able to stop the run if they're going to win this football game. And you wonder if they've been able to make some tweaks and adjustments to try and take this running back away.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Oh, he's playing with fire, and he's picked off. Taking it the other way. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
We've just seen in this game the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his 2nd pick thrown in this game.
Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. The last time they had it, they weren't secure with the football and put it on the ground, David.
Yeah, and I think sometimes...
Running toward the tape. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
They were backed up, and then suddenly they weren't. They've got it 1st and 10 now inside the 50. Motion from the offense. Going up top on 1st down. Pocket starts to collapse. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he has run out of bounds as they go backwards there and just avoided the contact.
Just a really nice job defensively, too, not giving up on the play, right? You didn't sack him initially, but guys were still in hot pursuit and chasing. And this front seven defensively, they've got a lot of speed and athleticism, and they're able to stay on the quarterback's heels and force him out of bounds for a loss.
Just trucks through it. Across the 25, he's got room. Touchdown, Aggies. He shed tackles like a snake, getting rid of his skin.
And the offense punches in it again, and we call his name again. That's 2 touchdowns now in 2 games with still more to be played. I tell you what, I think this guy's name will be called a lot more throughout the season. He's that kind of good.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time, the defense called it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop on a short game.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. Now the play fake. They're bringing heat. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He'll pull it down. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
How great is it if you're a defensive coordinator that you know I can put 6 DBs on the field in my dime package and I can still get home rushing 4. My guys up front are better than your guys, and we're going to go prove it. And they did just that.
And the Yellow Jackets will call on their punt team. Here's a return from midfield. Not able to pop the big return, but they got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. And he'll pick up the 1st down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that 1st down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
It's 1st down from the 11. To the ground. He's got it again. And he'll step into zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Tony.
Yeah, David.
Oh, look out. There he goes. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Wants to throw on first down. Dances away from the heat. Makes the grab. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
He's going to pass. Got rid of it just in time. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. Bunch formation, trying to confuse the secondary. He's looking to throw. This time it's complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short game. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Going for the big play. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
He's got it. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. The Yellow Jackets with the 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Finds his big tight end. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. From the gun, running back gets to give. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. He now has 80 yards rushing in this first half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Here's the handoff. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He got it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Inside 10 seconds to go, and the half clock reads 9. It is 1st and 10. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Dances away. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open.
Gonna take a shot. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the 1st half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Texas A&M ready to kick it away to get the 3rd quarter started. The returner will field it and bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. As they get ready to start this 3rd quarter, think how big the lead might be if they'd taken care of the ball.
Well, the game might be over, Reese, but if you're on defense right now, you've gotten a couple turnovers early, and you're saying, okay, we're going to need to keep this up. We got to stay aggressive for us to have a chance to win this game, but we believe we can do it.
Yeah, you've already done it, so of course you're going to believe it. Keep playing fast, keep playing physical, and then tell your offense, hey, we need a little help over here. Can you help us out and put some points on the board?
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. The short hands, it's Terrell. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And the Yellow Jackets in the hurry up. He'll throw on 3rd down. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception. Not able to get loose on the return, but what a play to put his team in business at the 33. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws. What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get...
Touchdown, Aggie! And with that, they've got the lead here in the 2nd half.
Nice throw, nice catch, and I think we're going to see and hear a lot of that guy to that guy. A touchdown catch in game 1, now a touchdown catch in game 2. They're going to continue to find that playmaker throughout this season.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. South Carolina is on the wrong end of a one-sided affair today, and if you'll pardon the pun, the Chickens are going to come home to roost this week in Columbia. They're trailing by 27 to Ole Miss. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Quick handoff. On the move at the 30. That gives him 100 yards rushing, and he goes over the century mark in this season opener.
I tell you what, with this kind of success on the ground, I think you two knuckleheads could call plays. I mean, that's how easy it is for this offense right now. They got the ground game working. It's really easy. Now you can open up for other things, but you guys could even try your hand because they're dominating right now.
He's brought down at the 38. Second down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Expect some pressure coming from the blitz. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. Takes it the other way. Inside the sprinting all the way. He'll take it to the house, but there is a flag on the field. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. What kind of field position can he help them with? And he loses the ball deep in his own end. Bounced right back to them.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that. The head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
The play action fake. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Getting some heat. He'll try to do it himself. And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain. The Yellow Jackets headed quickly to the line. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Lets it fly. Makes the grab, and it's plenty for the first down.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on 4th down. You're in the 3rd quarter, 2nd half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. And you just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the 2nd half. Someone had to step up and make a play, and they just couldn't get it done.
Let me tell you something. When that guy goes in motion, alert, alert. He's a burner. I have to be 100% locked in and understand they can give him the football and he can burn. Great job by the defense being locked in on their keys and knowing that could be a possibility.
Complete to the right. Can anyone catch him? Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
And how about the tight end showing off the athletic ability? Does a great job in the blocking game. Now, when you need to make a big play in the passing game, you just turn him loose, throw him the football, and he can make big plays like he did right here.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. He looks that one in nicely. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Aggies moving quickly to the line. Trying play action. Fires to the middle. Complete downfield. He's loose. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Aggies. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead. Now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable and what a complete disaster. What a terrible decision to run that far backwards and take the safety. After getting caught for a safety, they're lined up and ready to kick it off. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on first down. Wide out in motion. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Gets it inside the 10. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground.
This defense really needs to be careful, and they have to play with great eye discipline, understanding where the football is at all times. Moving forward, they have got to know if this guy has the ball, because he is dangerous in space.
Fires to the right. Got it! He gets it in! Touchdown, Aggies! He has been surgical. Precision passing. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long. A step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Oh, That's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
Defense dropping into soft coverage. On second down, looking again to throw. Quarterback extends the play. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Makes the catch. It's Terrell. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. On fourth down, going to the air. He wants to take the top off. Brings it down on the right side. He's off to the races. He's at the 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Georgia Tech!
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
And he tacked on the extra point. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the fourth. They'll line up for the onside kick. They got it, able to recover the onside kick, and they get the offense right back out there. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the run. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Quarterback strolling away from heat. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Finds his big tight end. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is...
Throws toward the end zone. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give them a first down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late are trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock, but This offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Wants to fire on second down. He'll get rid of it. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
Well, you're up by 2 possessions in the 4th quarter. They're hoping with that conversion they ice the game. They don't get it. It feels like they're going to win, but we've seen crazy things happen in college football, and they've left the door open here late. Let's see what happens.
Makes the catch, and he's brought down.
And in this situation late when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the idea in this 2-minute drive, throwing it that way. Let's keep it going, keep our pedal to the metal here.
They'll run this play from the pistol. Fast motion from the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Catch in the middle. It's Jeffrey. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
He's got it on the move. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. And the Yellow Jackets want to crank the tempo. Slams it ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. That big score makes the end of this game very interesting.
No doubt the offense got what they needed. More work to do, but you had to get this part accomplished first.
And he had to bend that one back in with the help of the right upright, but it counts. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes they put you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback checking the play. He's looking for a man on second down. Release to the back. It's complete. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
As a quarterback, I used to love throwing angle routes, especially against man coverage. You know you've got your running back one-on-one with that linebacker, and that's a play your running back should win every time.
We've reached a 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. I'd expect we're going to get another dose of the running game at this point, even though it's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Fires to the right. It's caught downfield. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. A&M comes back out with another 1st down. A hand to the running back. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Wouldn't be surprised to see them go right back to the run on 2nd down and maybe put this thing away. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. At the 20, he's got space. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator where they're running the football. You see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big gain. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run it.
On the move, it's Estrada. Smashes through the tackle. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And how good does that feel, right? You've got the lead in the 4th quarter. The defense knows you're going to try to run the ball to ice the game, and you rip off an 8-yard run. They know it's coming, and they still can't stop it.
Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
You know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fielded in the end zone. It's Hardy. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. To the air on 1st down. Trying to get to it. The freshman able to get home with the sack. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He's going up top here late in the game. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Got his man. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game.
After being stopped there on 4th down, this game's pretty much over. They were going to have to go down in a 2-minute situation and put at least 7 up on the board. They couldn't get it done. Things just haven't gone their way. It's been that type of day today. They're going to leave the stadium with the loss.
And maybe a wise move not to even try the pitch as he's knocked down in the backfield.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snaps, he's coming downhill.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. When we get to the offseason,